Biggest one is their leading wideout, Chris Godwin, lost for the season, but there's also a handful of others. Got Leonard Fournette on the list. Jason Pierre-Paul missed the last 2 games. Shaq Barrett missed the last game. And Richard Sherman, only 3 snaps in the last 3 games. Not looking good for them at this moment. Want to bring in Rob Ninkovich. Look who's here with us. Good to see you, my friend.
Outside.
All right. Now
you got on shoveling gear.
I know. It really does, actually. Now, Nico, you were Brady's teammates for all those years. And when we talk about the Bucs, we talk at this point about Super Bowl or bust. Are these injuries, all these injuries, too much to overcome for a team that's looking to repeat?
Well, I think the number one thing they have going for them is Tom Brady is healthy. So if you look at the rest of the issues that they have, you can suffice with Tom being healthy and making the best of what Tom can do. And you just look at the Jets game, for example, the comeback, him using other people that really don't play that much and marching down the field and winning. I think Evans being healthy is huge. Gronk being healthy is obviously going to be huge for Tom. But moving forward, when you don't have Fournette, who's a key piece in the running game, that's definitely going to be the problem in the playoffs. But I'm not counting them out. I would rather bet with Tom and lose than bet against him and lose. So I do believe having Tom, that's probably the biggest factor here is Tom's healthy and he's playing confident and playing well. But losing all those pieces definitely is going to be an issue. So hopefully moving forward, they get some guys back. I'm sure not everybody on that list is going to come back. We know Godwin's gone for the year, which is a big problem for just go-to guys. I mean, in the playoffs, you need those go-to guys. You think about any playoff run, any good team in the playoffs, they need guys in key moments. Tom's just going to have to throw the ball up. He's just going to have to just say, hey, you go make a play. I'm going to put the ball in a place that you have to go get it. And when you don't have those key guys, that could be a problem. So I'm definitely not betting against Tom, but we'll see moving forward if some of those guys come back.
He's probably already working with those young wideouts to get them in condition and ready for a playoff run. So, Neek, you heard Ninko say he'd rather bet with Tom Brady than against him. Do you bet with Tom Brady or against him to win more Super Bowls?
Ninko looks so rugged and masculine, and yet he came out here with that timid, kind of scared, I'm scared to wrong Tom Brady take. Like, I may not look like the bounty man just like you, Ninko, but I am not afraid to say that Tom Brady, he went there because he knows that he needs help. He knows that at this point in his career, he needs these weapons, and they're not coming back. So I have to bet against them right now. And I think it's not just the offensive weapons that's going to be the problem that makes this offense less explosive. And yes, he was able to come back against the Jets last week, but he also was down to the Jets with 1 drive left. Like, that is something that is part of the problem. But I think the big losses is the guys on defense. So JPP and Shaq Barrett, if they don't come back at full strength and able to rush the passer and create havoc the way that they did last season, if the secondary doesn't play as well as it did last season, if those linebackers aren't all over the place like they were in the playoffs last year, it's going to put a whole lot of pressure on Tom Brady. And even Tom Brady, as good as he's been, he knows that he cannot put an entire team on his back at this point in his career. If he could, maybe he would have still been in New England.
Good point. But yet it's Tom Brady, Kmart.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah,
Here we go with the magic.
No. It's not even about magic, though. We talked earlier about Matt Stafford. And what does history show you? What's the resume, right? When we've seen Tom Brady, we've seen him in his career do more with less at times. Obviously, the injuries are an issue. Not having Chris Godwin is huge. But when I look around the whole NFL landscape, everybody has flaws. So if the question is Tom Brady done winning Super Bowls, you can't, given his track record, given what we've seen this season, just say, oh, they're done, there's no chance. You have to say the Bucs have a chance because guess what? They have the greatest quarterback of all time on their roster. He cannot do it all himself. Other guys have to play, whether it's injured, they have to produce, whether they're injured or not. But to count them out, I think is foolish.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.